There was a man who had everything: money, success, respect. But every night he felt something was missing. Not in his life, but inside his mind. Because no matter how perfect his life looked, he could not control his thoughts. And slowly, his own mind started destroying him. His name was Arav. From the outside, his life looked perfect. Good job, comfortable life, people who admired him. But inside, there was chaos. Every night his body was tired, but his mind kept running. Thought after thought, fear after fear. What if I lose everything? What if I fail? What if I am not enough? And without realizing, his mind became his prison. One night he sat alone in the dark, phone in his hand, scrolling endlessly, watching other people's lives, their success, their happiness. And with every scroll, he felt smaller. Empty. Not sad, not angry. Just empty. And that night he said quietly, "I have everything. But I feel nothing." The next morning he did something different. He left his house. No destination, no plan. Just walked. Through noise, through chaos, until he reached a quiet park. A place almost forgotten by the world. And there he saw an old man sitting under a tree. No phone, no movement, just stillness. Arav sat beside him. Minutes passed. Silence. At first it felt uncomfortable. Then slowly, it felt peaceful. And then the old man spoke. "Your mind is too loud." Arav was shocked. "How do you know?" The old man smiled. "Because I once lived inside that same noise." That day changed everything. Arav started coming back. Again and again. Not for answers, but for silence. One day the old man picked up a stone and threw it into the water. Ripples spread across the surface. Then he said, "Your mind is like this water. Every thought, every desire, every fear creates disturbance. And you keep throwing stones without even realizing." Arav listened carefully. For the first time, something made sense. Days passed, and the lessons began. "Tell me," the old man asked, "can you control what others think?" No. Can you control the future? No. Can you control the past? No. Then why waste your life trying to control what you never could? That question hit deeply. Because Arav realized his anxiety was not reality. It was control. From that day, he made a small change. He stopped focusing on results and started focusing on actions. Not perfectly, but slowly. One day, Arav asked, "Why do I still feel incomplete?" The old man smiled. because you think something is missing. You chase happiness like it exists outside you. But the more you chase, the further it goes. Arav stayed silent. Because deep down he knew it was true. Desire, the old man said, is a beautiful illusion. It makes you believe one more thing will complete you. But it never does. Something inside Arav started changing. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, the noise started fading. Not completely, but enough to hear himself. One evening, a storm hit the city. Heavy rain, strong winds, people were running. But the old man sat calmly. Arav asked, "Why are you not reacting?" The old man smiled. Because the storm is not inside me. That moment changed everything. Arav understood. Life will always have problems. But suffering comes from within. From that day, he practiced stillness. Sitting quietly, watching his thoughts without reacting. At first, it was hard. His mind wandered, but slowly he learned to observe. in that observation, he found peace. Months later, he returned to his normal life. Same world, but a different mind. Now he worked without attachment. Faced problems without panic. Lost things without breaking. Because now he knew peace is not found. It is created. One day, life tested him again. A big failure. A big loss. But this time, he stayed calm. Took a deep breath and said, "It is what it is." No anger, no fear, just acceptance. And in that moment, he became stronger than ever. Years later, people asked him, "What is your secret?" He smiled and said, "I stopped controlling life and started controlling my mind." And maybe that is the real secret. Not chasing everything, not forcing outcomes, not running after happiness, but letting go. Because the moment you stop fighting life, life starts flowing with you. So take a deep breath, slow down, and ask yourself, am I chasing peace? or creating it. Because everything you want is already within you, just waiting for you to be still.